Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. We are outside, so I apologise if there's any background noise. I'm doing it at a quieter time to try and keep down the background noise, but you know, sometimes it's inevitable. Anyway, let's get on with the show. To start with, I wanted to let you know, for those of you who use some of these holiday companies, that Love Holidays and On the Beach Holidays have both withdrawn from ABTA, which means that they can refuse to give you a refund. If at the moment, what's happening, if the Foreign Office advises against travel to your destination, they would be forced to refund you. After last week's announcement, if that happens, it's up to them. They do not have to refund you. So please make sure you use a travel agent who's ABTA and ATOL protected. Now that that is done with, we will move on. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Savvy Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate, and if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 is one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. And we start with gold, gold, always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know. Don't leave the video or unsubscribe just because of my terrible singing. But anyway, this is a company I spoke about before, Highland Gold Mine. Now, has a PE of between 6 and 8, a dividend of 2.35%, and it's my opinion, with the price of gold at the moment, I think that's a very good PE. I have a few coins. I have a little bit in gold, a little bit in silver, like physical. But as I said before, I prefer, rather than owning the physical stuff or trading gold, the metal, I prefer to have shares in the mines, because they have millions of ounces of it. They pay a dividend, and if you do your proper research, it will it will be good for you. Now, I think this is a good underloved stock that eventually will bear fruit, and if other investors don't pick it up, you've still got a dividend paying you know, so it's up to you. Now we go to a Canadian company, and I'll give you both its ticker symbol. It's on both the Canadian Stock Exchange, and I know some people don't or can't trade on the Canadian Stock Exchange, so in the American one it's on the OTC. Some people will hate OTC stocks, so they will go to the Canadian one. Some people will go for the OTC, even though there's less regulation, purely because they think, oh, there's a chance that it will get promoted to a proper exchange if it grows to be big enough, and then the money will come rolling into that stock. It will come bigger than the Canadian Stock Exchange. Look at it, it's 13 cents. Look, it's not going to be a dividend paying stock. It's a 30 million market cap. But the thing about this stock isn't what it shows you there. It's going to be the company itself. Now, the CEO of this company has left his $400,000 a year job at the biggest mining company in the world to come here. They have picked up a mine that everyone else has left. They've mined and left, and they have found a narrow stream of gold, and by doing what they call cluster mining, they have not only found this narrow stream of gold and they keep finding more and more streams and bigger amounts. They are finding higher value gold. So it's like thinking you're going to get 8 carat gold, you're actually getting 24 carat gold instead. And the thing is, it's one of these companies that you're betting on the next year or two it will come good. Doesn't give a dividend. I will link some of these in the description down below in case you're someone who understands all the geology reports. And the reason for these last two stocks is I've been asked about some gold mining companies. I've told them my favourites, and they've asked for some undervalued ones. Problem with undervalued ones is one of two things. They either go unnoticed for a long time and the share price doesn't move, like Highland, and you won't have the fluctuations. You'll have a steady dividend, you'll have a steady share price, or you'll have ones like these which are speculative but won't pay a dividend, and you could lose all your money. Anyway, I hope it's helped you. I will also try and link CEO's interview, which is worth watching. Morrison's is traded on London Stock Exchange. It's a supermarket. and it's going to pay a dividend in September. I said when it was 160, 162 I think it was, before the last dividend, and pays a 4% dividend. It's 7 pence a share, so you can either buy it now thinking it's like getting it at 167, or you can wait post dividend. But personally, it's been coming down. It has had a tiny run up, but it's like a 1 pence run up. I think the closer you get, the bigger the run up. You have had reports that Eat Out to Help Out is to blame for supermarket sales. I understand that, but that scheme has ended, although some places are still running it in a diminished capacity, so those sales should come back, and they're warning of a second wave. So I think this is a company that gives a good 4% dividend. It will be paying like a quarter of that dividend this time around, fairly soon, and if there is a second wave in the UK, its share price should go up, because people, like, their workers are considered essential workers, and they've already got all the precautions in place, so you will have people going out panic buying again. Why people, when they're warned about this stuff, they don't buy in advance? It's not very savvy, is it? Anyway, sorry about this. Trading 212 gives you the wrong yearly figure, so I go to Trading 212 and it will show you there how it's been between 158 and, because some of these, especially British shares, it just gives you totally wrong figures, between 158 and £2.10, which hasn't been too bad, and I think you're more or less in the middle at the moment. So I think Morrison's is a good one to own. I think Morrison's or Tesco's. Why do I say Morrison's? I've mentioned before, Amazon Prime, Whole Foods is done from Morrison's, sent from Morrison's, so they have an income stream there outside of their own. It's a good stream to have. You know, when Amazon declares your supermarket as the one they want to use for their premium food outlet. Anyway, now we go on with our gold theme, but we move on to the penny stocks. AUMN, Golden Minerals Corp, and we can see it's been choppy, it's been rising, and now it's had a pullback, but hasn't really gone up to the levels it should do. Last month it jumped 8%. Yeah, I think any news or any rises could send this up, but again, this is a highly speculative stock in the gold market, so you might want to watch out for this. We have Kern, which again has had a pullback, and is more because it's at a bottom, and any good news could send it shooting up. PHUN. Again, we should get some good news coming out soon, but it's fairly low down, and I think it could go over $1 sometime this week. And it's launched a few new services and it hasn't moved off the back of it. I think people have got to look at what that means, look into it, and then they'll see. Alright, now we have Arca firmware. Now this one has had a slight move to the upside, but you see how far it moved before, and before coming down. The thing about this is we was promised news in September. It's mid-September and we're still waiting. So this is more about waiting for the news that we was promised and waiting for it to jump up again. But then we all know news can be good or bad. Now Tesco, another British supermarket brand, and again Yahoo Finance doesn't give you 2 pence, as if it went down to 2 pence. You know, seem to have a problem with pounds and pence. Now they make a big thing about Tesco partnering with food sharing now and scheme to cut waste, and that's a great idea, but all of the supermarkets do it, and it's with Olio and a few others. What they do is they send to food banks first, then they send to food charities second priority, and then if they have any left over they send to their partners on Olio and they list them, and anyone who wants the food that is best before or near the edge, of course not milk or anything like that, but that are best before, that they can't sell, it can be reused and doesn't go to landfill. And Tesco, another 4% dividend. The only thing with them is you have to wait a while before you get any of it. I think this is one, if you're going to wait and you're thinking building up a dividend portfolio and looking for Brexit, because people have been, sorry about the background noise, but people have been wary going into these supermarkets because of the cut price chains like Lidl and Aldi. But Lidl and Aldi get a lot, remember they're foreign chains, they bring all their produce from abroad into the country, and tariffs will be put on them. There's a no deal Brexit. And although the British supermarkets like Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Tesco's, they do bring some things from abroad, they have tried to cut down the environmental damage, cut down their transport costs by, and also good PR, by buying British, buying in the UK. And although that setup has cost them initially, it means that if there's a no deal Brexit, they are going to be set up. So if they come out with a deal, the politicians come out with a deal, then that's fine. But if there's a no deal Brexit, these guys are already going to be set up. So you might want to look into one of these as Brexit proof strategy. I already talked about Stock Spirits as my brewery to Brexit proof my portfolio. Gives me a dividend anyway, and although they're located in the UK, they have breweries around Europe, so they can ship from there to the rest of Europe where most of their market is. And another company that I'm looking at, again, sorry, background. Again, they do the silly thing of putting 2.8 pence. It never dropped to that, you know, £4 stuff. You know, it was £4. It's 2.2% dividend. You have to check to see if they're still paying that. It's dropped from £4 to £2.75. Now, this is a software play. They don't have that many overheads. So the fact that it's still on a discount, you know, this is a comparison site. They compare everything from insurance, mobile contracts, energy. They're expanding all the time. And I used to use them when I first started. Now I find them a bit expensive. I can do my own comparisons and save even more money. But these people in the streets, they earn a commission. These guys, they take a commission. People in the streets get. So they give you a list of companies, and whichever one you go with, they get the commission for referring you. But I still think you're getting an online company without many overheads in pretty good financial condition. That's pretty good financial condition. That is at 60% of what it was pre-Rona, and I think that's a good deal. New hold investment court units. That is a Spaq that's come out, and only the units are available. And I spoke about it yesterday, and I'm thinking of picking some up. If anyone has any information on it, I have very limited information on it, then I would appreciate some information on that. But also, I only have the one broker, Interactive Brokers, that does the units. If anyone knows of any others in the UK, I'd also appreciate information on that. But anyway, and before I get messages about it, Fidelity do not do the units. They do not deal with Fidelity in the UK. Do not deal with US stocks. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video. That's all for now. Stay safe, stay savvy, stay invested. Goodbye.